worked on with Quincy over the last, how long has it been? 6, 7 years, feels like 20. Is that it's never changed. From the first day we started, we've always worked on setting his body in the right postural positions. There's giving the understanding as how the setup then influences all the movements thereafter. So, as all players do, a few things that constantly cause a little bit of trouble for him in his swing, but he knows how to fix himself. He understands his swing well enough that he can basically, when he's out on the tour now, without me around, he can look at the ball flight and understand what particular parts of his swing might be causing or influencing that. So, we're doing the same stuff that we've been doing for the last 6, 7 years. So we won't go off track because now suddenly he's a tour player. Are we going to do anything different with his technique? Of course, just constantly refining it, and so depending on the type of course he's going to play and the conditions that he'll be in, that we might try and work on particular shots that he might need for that tournament itself. He doesn't really have any weaknesses in his game, but everything can be better, of course. And of course now out on the Asian Tour, the competition is very, very tough, very strong, and every shot really matters. So if we can shave off a few shots here and there by making his ball flight a little bit more consistent and repeatable, especially with his driver, hits it long enough, just try and keep it consistent, and a few shots around the green can always hold more putts. So otherwise, he's on the right track.
From amateur days, I was doing a lot of stats, post-round stats. So I've continued doing that through my pro career. I think it helps a lot. It helps a lot when you're trying to figure out what's going on in your game, and especially when you come off a round, whether it's good or bad. At least you know where your strong points and where you have to work on, because when you're on the road, there's not much time to work on your swing. Most of it is you're just trying to work on your course management and strategy-wise, how you're going to tackle the course. So I think doing my stats helps me a lot to find out, maybe my up and down my percentage isn't that high. Maybe I'm not hitting enough fairways, giving myself shots into the green. So stuff like that, you learn it through playing more events, and basically you just, when you're on tour, that's how you figure out how to score. Well, I think initially it was a bit of a challenge, I would say. It's a bit different from amateur golf, because in amateur golf you travel as a team, and most of the time you're traveling as a team, and basically everything is laid out for you already. You have a manager looking after your flights, your hotel, and your practice round, the caddy, everything. But when you become a professional and you start touring, you're doing everything on your own. So especially when you're starting out, you don't have a manager to look after all these little bits and pieces. And I think that all adds up when you're trying to actually go out there and score. But of course, that is all off-course stuff, and whatever happens on course is a separate thing. But basically, if you're talking about on-course play, I think it's about the same. You try to maintain the same level of focusedness, and basically when you play, you deal with the pressure, because definitely it's there, and of course there's always talk about the dollar value in professional golf, and I think it's good that you don't try to avoid it, but you try to deal with it and try to handle it, and then use it to your advantage, and actually sort of urge yourself on to play better. But I think that's the biggest difference between amateur golf and professional golf, where it becomes a career. You're pretty much fending for yourself. So, but I think it's great. I think this past few months on tour have really helped me mature as a player, and it's helped me understand the struggles that a professional goes through, and I think it's definitely helped me a lot.
Over the years at particular tournaments, yes, I have travelled with him. I think that's an important part of my role, is that at particular tournaments, of course all the events I can't be there, but certain ones, to see how he competition, to follow him, watch him hit certain shots under pressure situations is something that is invaluable in future training sessions. So yeah, we'll identify in a season particular events that I may go and follow him with, and then we can sit down after that from my assessment of of the week, especially when when he's in amateur golf. A lot of the events, that bigger tournaments that he played in, I was with him at, and can see how he handles when it comes to the last round on Sunday when he's in contention. That's really good. Important for a coach to see how your student, how your player handles that pressure. You can see their tendencies, maybe they're a little bit out of their routine, or you can see how they're affected by situations, and then work on that during training. So yeah, I think now that this year he's got a full tour card, he'll know be able to plan his schedule better than he did last year when he was kind of playing on an ad hoc basis, just relying on some sponsored invites. It was a bit hard, get a last minute call up on the Sunday or Monday to say you're in this week. Now he more or less knows the events that he's going to play, so we can schedule a few in well following along.
I think it, coming off last year, given the economic situation, everybody wasn't doing great. But to get the nod from Audi was really a bonus, and we're very excited that we got into a partnership with them. Audi, of course, they're very they're Singapore's fastest growing premium brand, and their vision is to basically improve and be driven by success. And I think that's where we fit in, and it's the same with me. Every event that I come out of, and whether I play well or not, I wanna go forward and learn from it. Take lessons from it, and then try to improve on the next event. So I think in this sense, Audi and myself, we have a common goal, and I think we're very excited that they've come on board with us, and they're gonna see me through my pro career, well, at least for this year, and hopefully this will be a long-term partnership.